Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're talking about Fallout 76 once again, and more specifically, I am bringing you guys some Fallout 76 news and information in this video. So with that said, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Now, our first thing that we are going to talk about for this video is the possibility that Fallout 76 might at some point in its lifespan get cross-platform play, which would allow Xbox users and PlayStation users to play together. However, it most likely will not. It is in fact not going to be at launch when the game comes out on November 14th, 2018. So let's actually take a look at where all this came from. So all of this started when Pete Hines tweeted, clapping hands, and it says, "Well done, Sony." And it says, "Fortnite cross-platform play starts today in open beta." And this was essentially announcing that Sony had finally agreed to allow Fortnite players on the PlayStation play with Xbox users. And this was huge because Sony's never done this before, and they were literally dragging their heels, and they were the ones slowing down cross-platform play for Fortnite. And when this was announced, it was huge in gaming news. And Pete Hines retweeted this story, and literally hundreds, I mean hundreds of people went on Pete Hines' Twitter and started asking him, does this mean that Fallout 76 is going to have cross-platform play? In fact, so many people had asked him this question, he had to come out with this statement. "Folks, chill. I work with a lot of devs and games for whom this is important going forward." And then it says, "Fallout 76 does not support crossplay for a number of reasons. I have no idea if it ever will, but I assure you it is not on our radar right now as we focus on beta and launch." And literally hundreds of people then began responding, saying that it's Bethesda Game Studios' fault that Fallout 76 will not have cross-platform play. And Pete Hines had to come out with a few statements regarding this, essentially saying that there isn't enough time to incorporate cross-platform play into Fallout 76 before the game is released on November 14th, 2018. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few of these. So one user asked, just out of curiosity, why is it not possible with Fallout 76? To which Pete Hines says, "I never said possible." And if you look at that statement above, it says, just out of curiosity, why is it not possible with Fallout 76? And Pete Hines says, "I never said possible," which means that it is not impossible that Fallout 76 will have cross-platform play at some time. And then the tweet goes on to say, "I said it doesn't support it, and it's not gonna be a focus at this point with beta and launch so close on the horizon." So essentially what Pete Hines said in this tweet is that it is not impossible that Fallout 76 will get cross-platform play at some time in its lifespan. It's just not going to be at launch, because they have so much on their plate at the moment. And Pete Hines actually kind of confirmed this a little more when a user asked, known as Michelle DeLong, says, "What's your reasoning for not having it? Wasn't your reason for not having it," which she is referring to cross-platform play. So let's go ahead and read that again. Sorry. Michelle DeLong says, "Wasn't your reason for not having it that Sony wouldn't get their heads out of their asses? Is it simply too late in development to turn around and start designing it at this point?" And Pete Hines replied, "We're 7 weeks from launch. ... So what he clearly meant by that was, yeah, it's way too late to start designing cross-platform play for Fallout 76 at the current moment in time, because they are only 7 weeks away from launch. You guys have to understand that, one, it takes a lot of work to actually get cross-platform play to work between consoles. It's not just, at the flip of a switch. Even if Bethesda Game Studios did make cross-platform play, a thing, Sony would still have to approve it. And look how long it took Sony to approve cross-platform play between, PlayStation users, Xbox users for Fortnite. Literally the largest game of all time. Look how long it took Sony to agree to cross-platform play. Do you know how long it would take cross-platform play to, be available for Fallout 76 if Sony did actually approve it? It'd be a while from now. And it just wouldn't be possible by launch of Fallout 76, which is on November 14th, 2018. I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand that there is a massive difference between cross-platform play and, if it should be a thing, than actually doing it. Sony only signed off on crossplay for Fortnite, and that doesn't suddenly mean that they're going to open the floodgates and every game, is going to be for cross-platform. And even if they did open the floodgates and said every game's cross-platform now, it's a lot of structural changes on Sony's part and Bethesda's part. Regarding Fallout 76, Bethesda would literally have to program certain things inside Fallout 76, do a lot of structural work to the game to even allow cross-platform play. And being so close to launch, it's just not possible. And let's say Bethesda Game Studios goes back right now and they add cross-platform play. They design it to be inside Fallout 76. How long until Sony approves that? Like I said, look how long it took Sony to approve Fortnite, the largest game ever for cross-platform play. How long do you think it would take Sony to approve Fallout 76 for cross-platform play? Especially when Bethesda Game Studios is kind of partnered with Microsoft. It would take forever. There would be a bunch of hurdles to jump. There would have to be reprogramming done for Fallout 76 in just a matter of 7 weeks. And that's just not possible. I mean, look at all the things that Bethesda Game Studios has on their plate right now. One, they have the beta, which supposedly big news about the beta is coming sometime this week before the beginning of October. So not only do they have the beta to worry about, they have to incorporate changes, essentially feedback-wise, into the official Fallout 76 game. So they have to incorporate changes before the game actually launches based on the feedback given during the Fallout 76 beta. They have to incorporate changes and then launch the game. So they have 3 major things to do in a matter of 7 weeks. And that is definitely not enough time to go back and add cross-platform play. Now keep in mind, if Sony would have agreed to cross-platform play like a year ago, then we would be having a different discussion. Then it would be 100% we would have cross-platform play. Bethesda wanted to do it, but Sony dragged their heels. And it's not Bethesda's fault. It's Sony's. So, yeah. Moving on to the next Fallout 76 news I got for you guys today has to do with bounties. And essentially, if you don't know, if you kill another player without them accepting a challenge, without them being in a PvP challenge with you, you'll be labeled a murderer and a bounty will be put on your head. One user asked a pretty interesting question, and it was this about the bounties. Hi, Pete. So if I understand well, if I kill someone and take a reward on my head, my friends could kill me and take this reward and share it between us. Essentially, someone was just trying to be smart and figure out a way around the bounty system, to which Pete Hines says, the reward on your head will come out of your pocket. So what you're suggesting makes no sense. They kill you and share your caps among the whole group. So it seems like Bethesda has thought a lot about griefers and people, killing people, and then people killing them and claiming the bounty on them, their friends killing them and claiming the bounty on them. It seems like Bethesda has thought a lot about this. Some people try to get really smart and say, well, what happens if I put all my caps away? odds are Bethesda Game Studios has thought of that, and they're probably going to take a piece of armor or weapon away from you, or maybe even a special card. Who knows what they're going to take away from you? But who knows? Who knows if you could even put your bottle caps in a container inside Fallout 76? Because if you die inside Fallout 76, you retain all your gear. So it's not like you would actually lose your bottle caps. So maybe you can't even put them away. So yeah, that's just a little information regarding the Fallout 76 bounties. It looks like some people try to get smart and figure the way around it. And Pete Hines came out and says it would make no sense for, you to kill someone and your friend to claim the bounty, because that bounty is coming right out of your pocket. So your friends are pretty much just going to get your caps. So that's pretty smart, in my opinion. And I think that's just really cool. So moving on to the next piece of news. This has to do with Xbox Gold and PlayStation Live being required to play Fallout 76. You don't need both of them. You only need one of them, depending on what console you're on. And for PC users, obviously, it's going to be free. You don't need to pay some type of subscription. But I've literally seen 100 people today ask Pete Hines if you need either PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold to actually play Fallout 76. And Pete Hines had this to say about it. Hi, I have a small question. When a user asked, known as Ahmed Gert, I don't know, I hope that's how you pronounce it, says, at DC Deacon, hi, I have a small question. Some online games on PS4, Xbox One needs no Plus or Xbox Live Gold to access online features. Does Fallout 76 require PS Plus or Xbox Live Gold? To which Pete Hines replies, I'm not aware of any online game that doesn't require Plus/Gold. To which somebody replied, Fortnite, and somebody put, that is a fantastic example. And Pete Hines put ... of a free-to-play game, which 76 is not. We do not set policy nor decide if games require a subscription on consoles. That is done by the manufacturer. So for those of you who may have been wondering, do you need PlayStation Live or Xbox Live Gold, or PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold to actually play Fallout 76? The short answer is yes, you need them. It's not going to be kind of a free-to-play game or anything like that. Moving on to our next and last piece of news. This has to do with groups inside Fallout 76 and the group size. Now, the official size of the group is 4 players, but Pete Hines said that you could actually work with more players than that. So let's see what he said when a user known as Elon Musk said, at DC Deacon, in Fallout 76, can you team up with more than 3 other players than yourself? To which Pete Hines and at DC Deacon replied, as part of a formal group, no, meaning you can't have more than 4 players in one team. And then he goes on to say, but you don't have to be in a group to work with other players, as many as you can find. So it looks like for formal groups inside Fallout 76, the number cap is going to be 4. But let's say you find another group of people to work with. You could work with them, or maybe you have 5 friends that you want to play with and one of them can't be in your group. You can actually have that buddy tag along with the group. He just won't be officially in the group, and you guys could still play together. So it really doesn't look like there is a set size when it comes to groups inside Fallout 76 when people want to work together. But if you don't want to work together, the max group number is 4 players on a team, or a squad, if you will, or a group in this case. Now, I have 2 more pieces of information here. Fallout, kind of related and pretty cool and little fun pieces, but they don't have to do with Fallout 76. So I'm going to share them with you guys real quick, because I know we're at about 15 minutes in the video. So this first piece of little cool clip, it comes from Bethesda Game Studios, and essentially it was a tweet in which says, we know this one, and it says Morrowind and Skyrim are iterations of this venerable set of games, which, if you don't know, this was actually a screenshot from the game Jeopardy. And Jeopardy replied something pretty funny, and it says, replying to at Bethesda Studios, Alex used to be an adventurer like you, and for those of you that don't know, Alex Trebek is the host of Jeopardy, and it was pretty funny that Jeopardy seen this and then replied to it. I think that's just really, really funny, and I think that's really cool. But then again, I am a huge nerd. And something really cool, this guy had an epic Raider cosplay from Fallout 4. And here it is. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please be sure to drop that like, comment, and subscribe. Love you all, and I hope to see you guys here in the next video. But until then, remember to stay freaky, and bye everyone. And thanks for watching.